Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. Miss you guys. Now, let's go straight to the topic of the day. How important is it? Is the word I am sorry in a relationship? How important is the word I am sorry in a relationship? We all know what the word I'm sorry is. Abdullah, first man standing. I see you. All right. How important is the word I'm sorry? Obviously, the word I'm sorry is an apology word. And what does it mean? I'm sorry, it's an apology. It is often used to make peace reign. And also, please like the video, share the video. That is what will encourage me for giving you those beautiful words, for doing this presentation every Sunday. Remember, always share the video, like the video, tag friends. Somebody out there you wouldn't know might be needing this message. Thank you for joining us. All right, the word I am sorry is an apology. An apology is and what is an apology? An apology is an expression of regrets or remorse for an action committed knowingly or unknowingly. Why an apology is also an act of expressing regret or remorse in formal situation. It might be called saying sorry. That is the definition from Wikipedia. An apology is an expression of regret, or remorse of actions while apologizing for an act of expressing regrets. That's in a formal situation, it might be called I'm sorry. An apology may restore trust, understanding in a relationship because it contributes to a feeling of safety and make both the receiver and the giver feel comfortable and respected. That is, if the word sorry, as small or as little as I am sorry, is often used, it could restore respect, trust in a relationship. And we all know what trust in a relationship stands for. You know that a relationship without trust is just like a house built on a sandy soil that doesn't hold, that cannot last. If there's no trust in a relationship, obviously that relationship is bound to scatter. So an apology may restore trust and understanding in a relationship because it contributes to a feeling of safety and make the both receiver and the giver feel comfortable and respected. Apologizing therefore helps you and your loved one to stay emotionally connected and strengthen the bond between you guys. An apology may restore trust. I've said that earlier. It is important to always say I am sorry in a relationship. It means a lot to always say I am sorry when things are actually not going the right way. And note, saying I am sorry in a relationship doesn't mean you're the weakling. Doesn't mean, and those are reasons why we're going to be treating some key factors why people might not want to say sorry, the benefit of saying sorry, the bad side of saying sorry, and the good side of saying sorry in a relationship. And even relationship as it's broadened. It's not centered only to the spouse or somebody you have a emotional attachment to. Even in your space of work, saying sorry goes a long way, settling a whole lot of things and dying down things calmly without any issue coming from it. Saying sorry is admitting that you made a mistake. Sometimes it's not really admitting that you make the mistake, but it's just let for peace to reign. Somebody must just be the sheep while the other stands as the goat. It doesn't mean that the person that is saying sorry is always on the wrong side. It doesn't mean they are always the wrong one. But you say the sorry because you wanted that, you value their relationship. You say sorry oftentimes because you value that relationship. Thank you, ma. Admitting that you made a mistake is the first step forward. Sometimes when you say sorry, as I've said, it's strengthened bond of trust and respect. In a situation where you were wrong, and sorry stands as a step of admitting that you were wrong. Admitting that you made a mistake is the first step. Self-improvement is self-improvement and a better relationship with your spouse. It strengthens self-improvement. It makes you improve because you've admitted that you were wrong. That's in the situation whereby you were wrong. Note I said, saying sorry doesn't mean all the time whenever whoever says sorry is the wrong person. Some say sorry because they are mature in that situation and they wanted peace to reign and they value their relationship. So you just have to say sorry to keep your relationship going. And if actually you're on the side, you're on the wrong side, and you're saying it because you admitted that you've done something wrong at a time, and you're saying sorry, it's because you still value that relationship and you wanted the peace. You wanted peace to reign per that time, and it's a sign of you looking out for improvements. You wanted to improve, you wanted to be given another chance, and that's why most often you say sorry. There is also it is also an expression that we use when we make mistake. I've said that I am only human. This I am only human doesn't make you. Some says this expression I am only human comes when you are not actually, you're remorseful. It's a remorseful word. All right, saying sorry is taking responsibility of your wrong deeds or your wrongdoing. Saying sorry, it's also taking responsibility of your wrongdoing. You know you were wrong. You know you were wrong, and you're taking responsibility of it. And that's why most times you say sorry, I am wrong. I take responsibility of this that I've done wrong against you. I'm taking responsibility and I'm looking forward to having a better relationship. You say sorry in such situations. The behavior of, all right, why is it important to apologize in relationship? Why is it important to apologize in relationship? For positive income, you have to apologize. For benefits, there are benefits attached to you apologizing. Also, why it is hard? Why is it hard? Benefits of apologizing. Why is it hard or difficult to say sorry? When is sorry good? There are certain times that it is good for you to say I am sorry, and trust me, there are still times you shouldn't say I am sorry. I'm going to be going straight into those points right now. Many people have complicated feelings about apologizing. Many people have complicated feelings about apologizing, and none of our thoughts and feelings about apologizing lined up. Some of us were forced to apologize as children when we hurt someone. Yes, in short, I am actually a victim, or I'm actually one of those that find it so difficult to say sorry when I was small. My immediate elder sister, in short, it took me some years to be able to add auntie to her name. I'm sure my mom wouldn't remember this. And I read it, I started doing it because I was forced to do it. I started doing it very reluctantly. Some kids find it very difficult because of their ego and because they are not mature enough to understand that sorry is a very big word and it calms in a lot of situations per the time you're saying sorry. You're welcome. If you're just joining us, please kindly share this video, kindly like and tag, share to your friends, share to those groups they might be needing. There will be somebody obviously that needed to salvage a relationship by just saying the word sorry. So share the video. Thank you. And like the video also. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I was trying to say, many people, especially children, some of us were forced to apologize as children when we hurt someone, and some of us apologize freely per time and felt immediately better after doing so. As an adult, if you apologize to someone, you have this kind of relief from your within. Your spirit is settled. You have a peace. You have internal peace. You enjoy internal peace. There's this peace you enjoy internally when you know you have actually hurt somebody feeling, or you have actually wronged someone, and you could pull through. You could drop all that ego and walk up to that person and tell the person, I am sorry. You have a whole lot of relief coming from your within by saying the word I am sorry. Some of us apologize freely and felt immediately better after doing so. Some people feel ashamed by why apologizing, when some feel ashamed to do it. They just feel, if I say sorry to this person is going to ridicule me. This person is going to look down on me. This person is going to belittle me. This person is going to probably I'm on that high horse. I'm one of those people that knows how to raise my ego so high. And if I'm saying sorry to this person, they might reduce me. They might reduce my charisma. They might reduce me, and they wouldn't want to respect me as much as they used to before now. Then we're talking about the positive. I'm going into the positive outcome. What are those beautiful things just the word I am sorry could give you? Aside your emotional feelings, aside the internal joy, what are those things the word I am sorry can earn you? And how can it salvage the word I am sorry? How can it salvage? What is this positive income or income? What are these positive income it has on your relationship? We may have learned a lot about the need for apologizing when we hurt a friend, accidentally or otherwise. Do you know why you apologize? And do you know that apology is very important? Do you know why apologizing is very important? And what function a good apology serves? Researchers and psychologists have pinpointed some of these important reasons why apologizing is necessary and when social rules are being violated. Researchers and psychologists have pinpointed some important reasons why apologizing is necessary when social rules are being violated. Some of the good things that come from a sincere apology. Notes from a sincere apology. Apologizing when you have broken the rules of social conduct, when you have broken the rule within your workspace, where you have broken the rule of that your small group, when you have broken the rule even within your home. We do that unknowingly and knowingly. It re-establishes that you know that there are rules, and you agree that you should be upheld for breaking those rules. These allow other people feel safe and take cautions not to follow suit on what you're doing. If you apologize and you admit that, oh, there's something I've actually done, there's something that all groups, all organizations have rules, they have their policy, and if you violate any, either accidentally or otherwise, and you come up to say, own up to it, as I've said earlier, own up to it and say, I am sorry, I've actually erred here, I've actually done something wrong. It alerts the others that, okay, this person has done this, there could be a sanction for this. there could be something for this. But it even reduced the sanction. It's reduced the sanction, it reduced the punishment, because you own up, because you know you're actually doing the wrong, you're on the wrong path, and you have actually recalled, you've gotten back into your senses to know that no, this thing, I'm not supposed to do it, I've actually done it, and I've quickly owned up. Even in some court of laws, if you're asked if you're guilty or not, and you know you plead guilty, I think the judgment will not be as grievous as when you are still, when you allow them, the law, to take its full course by investigating and doing a whole lot of things, gathering all their facts together to come against you, to come for you. Apologizing repairs, help repair relationship by getting people talking again. You have wronged somebody in your relationship, in your place of work, and you're not ready to apologize. You know that way there are rooms already that you have opened up for grudges and for malice to sit. There are rooms you're creating already by not just wanting. Nobody is wanting to own up. Nobody is wanting to apologize. You are raising your shoulder. That one is raising his shoulder. Nobody is willing to apologize to each other. So that means that is automatically opening doors for grudges and for malice to set in. But if you can say, I am sorry, the positive outcome of it, I am sorry, please, can we still be friends? It could open back the door of relationship. You guys see, if you it makes the both of you feel comfortable to talk to each other, to rekindle the light of that relationship back to its former settings. We may have learned about the need for apologizing. Okay, others believe that offering the first apology after an argument is an admission of guilt and responsible for the entirety of the conflict. Others might believe that if I say sorry first, that makes me own up. I've actually taken responsibility of that fault, and I am all to be blamed all the way long. I'm taking all the blame upon myself. I'm ready to shoulder it, take it upon myself. So that means I am just the bad egg, and the next person, the person I'm saying I am sorry to, has done himself well all the way. It's not like that. Sorry. Others believe that offering the first apology after an argument is an admission of guilt and responsible for the entire conflict that involve wrongs on the both parts. They think an apology from them will allow the other person to take responsibility of their own guilt. Sometimes an apology seems to call additional attention to a mistake that may be unnoticed. That is, an apology sometimes might make people see where you have actually erred, where you have actually come short of what you've done wrong that was unnoticed before. Yeah. So that means if you have a misunderstanding, you came to say you came to tender your apology, and the person, your partner in that argument, started throwing tantrums back at you. You used wrong words. Now that will be more visible, because people will see from the other side that, okay, so you could even do this, you have done that, this was not even mentioned before. It brings out more. Yeah, that is outcome of apology. Then you guys can come to a consensus and reconcile it and talk to yourself. What is it? Then you both of you will come to a consensus relating on what you have done and what you don't want. Your do's and your don'ts will then be settled at that point of reconciliation. Why is it hard to say I am sorry? Why is it hard to say I'm sorry? Why is it difficult for some people to say, for most people to say I'm sorry? All right. Also, what are the benefits of apologizing. Relationship can be great source of stress and relief. Relationship can be a source of stress and relief, but conflict can bring stress, which really takes a toll. Learn a lot the act of apologizing effectively, and you may find a significant reductions of the negative effects of conflict and relationship stress, because apologizing help a lot to put the conflict behind us and move on easily. Those are the benefits. It makes you put the conflicts behind you and move on. Please kindly like and share. You're welcome if you're just joining us. The topic is how important is the word I am sorry in a relationship. Quotes and unquotes, the relationship is not centered around somebody you have an emotional attachment with. It could be in your place of work, in as much as too it could be between you and your friend, your intimates, or your work partners, or your business partner, your colleagues in the office, or your business partners. And we've spoken about a lot. We've enumerated on the points why it is important to apologize. One of our points is a positive outcome of apologizing, benefit of apologizing. Why is it hard to apologize? That is where we are now. Why is it hard to apologize? When is it good to apologize, and when is it not good to apologize? We're on why is it hard for some people to apologize. It is hard for some people to apologize when if this set of people are full of okay, kure. All right. All right. Why it is difficult for some people to say I'm sorry? It could be egocentric. They could be egocentric. It could be revolving around their ego. It happens so much in this setting of us Africans, where the men would not want to say I'm sorry to the woman. Instead of them to say I'm sorry to their partners, they will just go and bombard their partners with gifts, and just be turn it into joke. Parents in an African setting don't say sorry to their children. Parents don't say sorry in this setting to their children. They will just look for a way. I remember when we were young, when we were children, if your parents, I'm sure one or two persons have come across this example. If they beat you wrongly, probably they kept something. Your mom or your dad kept something wrongly, and they allege you wrongly. They kept something somewhere, and they allege you wrongly that you are the one that took that thing. Probably you've been very playful. They will just, instead of them to apologize to you, they will just tell you, go and carry that money under the pillow. Go and buy biscuits, just to cover that thing up. That is their way of saying sorry. Even men does that often these days. Men does that also. Instead of them to come out pop and plain and say sorry, they will just look for a way of closing it and gifting you, buying things for you, just to make you feel okay, just to make you feel okay, everything is all right. So men too don't like saying I'm sorry. Why is it difficult? For some people, an apology often take like an admission. That's it takes, if they apologize, it's just as if they are taking responsibility of that crime or of that particular act, and they wouldn't want to. So it might be difficult for such people because they don't want to take it. They still believe in whatever school of thought they belong to, and they wouldn't want to share it at that point. For some people, an apology may feel like an admission that they are inadequate, and they wouldn't want to submit to that. Ego is setting in here now. They wouldn't want to submit to that. They would just want to believe that, no, I've not done this thing wrongly, and I shouldn't be saying sorry, so that you don't think less of me. Thank you guys. Please share the video, like the video, and tag others, please. So that they don't believe that they are inadequate. Rather they have made a mistake. They wouldn't want to admit to that also, and there is something inherently wrong with them. Others believe Offering the first apology in an argument is an admission that of guilt and taking responsibility of the entire faults. They wouldn't want to. That is why it's hard for them. They know within them they are wrong. This set of people will just want to cover it up by gifting you or by inviting you or telling you, can we hang out tonight? If it's a guy to guy relationship, they just tell you, let's meet at a social club. Just they chat it over and they just leave it behind them without the word I am sorry. They just chat it, just play around it, just let it slide naturally and die a natural death. But they wouldn't want to say I am sorry. So for men, I think it's common. This particular feature is common within the men folks, and within their parents. They don't say I'm sorry. We know that, and we still love them. However, the right circumstance, a well delivered and appropriate sincere apology will generally avoid all the issues. They will merely serve to usher you into a resolution, reaffirming sure values and restoring positive feelings. You just have to know when and how to deliver your apologies. You just have to know when and how to deliver apologies. Relationship can be great source of stress. Okay, I think I have gone through that before. So in a nutshell, the reasons why it is hard for a lot of people or a lot of folks is it seems so difficult for parents to tell their children they are sorry because they just want to stand up there and they are not ready to budge. Then why it's hard for a lot of people generally is because they don't want to affirm that they are wrong. They don't want to be seen inadequate. They don't want to drop their ego. They don't want to drop their ego. They don't want people to look less of them, that they are not doing the right thing, or they don't really know their work if it's happening in the workspace. If you keep saying I'm sorry, even your boss, you say, are you really in your right frame of mind? Do you really know what you're doing? Because it presents you as if you don't know what you're doing. But really, I am sorry, that simple word goes a long way resolving conflicts, restoring your internal peace, restoring your internal joy, bringing back your sanity. Because if you stay within the same confine with somebody and you're beefing yourself, you are doing the person, you're beefing the person, but you carry the most branch in you. You're carrying the highest of the branch in you, because the person you're beefing, sometimes you might not even know you're actually beefing the person. But whenever you see the person, you have an heartache, you have something in you, your mood and your countenance change, you feel sad in you, you feel so much of hatred. But the word I am sorry can take off all the pain and havoc. You know, whenever you're not even happy, it has a lot of negative effects on your psyche. It has a lot of negative effects on your heads. It has a lot of negative effects on your is it your BP? Should I call it BP? Your blood pressure. Yes, it has a negative effect on your blood pressure. So you really need to clear off that grudge, clear off that conflict, and tender a simple I am sorry. I am sorry. There are situations whereby that simple word I am sorry, if you say it to somebody that is very mature, the person return it back to you, because there is no, it is only when two ions rub each other that can bring out fire. So if one person cannot just be wrong outrightly. Somebody, your anger might come, you might be wrong based on not knowing, ignorance. You might be wrong, and ignorance is you might be wrong because you're ignorant. You might be wrong because somebody provoked you and it's emanating into a very big conflict, and a little sorry will have just dialed it down and let it die a natural death. Thank you for joining us. If you're just joining us now, the topic of our discussion this evening is how important is the word I am sorry in a relationship. Yes, and we're talking about the benefit, the outcome, the benefit of apologizing. Why is it hard to apologize? The positive outcome of apologies, and when it is good, and also when it is bad to apologize. So um we've treated the positive outcome of apologizing. We've treated the benefits. We've treated why is it difficult for some people, and I've actually enumerated that it's difficult for some people because they don't want to admit the fact that they are wrong. And if they eventually know, having bearing in mind that if they admit that they are wrong, colleagues and people out there might look down on them and say you're always not getting it right. You understand? And they don't want to lose their prestige, they don't want to lose their ego, they don't want to look like a dummy in their space. So most times those are the reasons why it is hard for them to apologize. Then when is it a good time? When is it good to apologize? When is it good to apologize? If something, when is it a good time to apologize? If something you have done has caused you pain for another person, it is a good time to apologize, even if whatever you did was unintentionally. It is because apologies open up the door to communication. You'll be able to talk about it. That's what I just said now, that if you say I am sorry, the person you say I'm sorry to will end up telling you I'm sorry too. If actually both the apology is coming from the most sincere part of your heart, and your heart can be felt by your partner, either your friend, your colleagues, or your folks. If it can be felt by them, that makes it a very sincere apology. If it's being felt by them, you guys, both of you, the apology wouldn't be coming from one of you alone, it will be coming from the both sides. But now the issue is, who is going to be the first to say I am sorry? That is where the issue lies. Because people believe that if I'm coming to you to tell you I'm sorry for something that happened, that means you feel I'm guilty, and you're not. It's not always like that. Because you love and you appreciate your peace, you always want to be at peace within you. And if you are at peace within you, have it at the back of your mind that you are at peace with God. You can't keep grudge here, and go to the altar and ask or lay down your supplications, or start requesting, making supplications to God, knowing your within is very dirty. So if you can clear off, be clear with yourself, be free with yourself, then be free with everybody. Tell them I am sorry. So when is it a good time to say, when is it a good idea to say I am sorry? When is it a good idea to say I'm sorry? Thank you. All right. Sorry, I'm going to be taking comments. Please drop your comments. Drop all your ideas. If there's something, no one is an island of knowledge. We're all learning from each other. So if there's something I have not said, please drop. Then kindly share the video. If something you have done has caused you pain for another person, it is a good idea to apologize, even whatever you did is unintentional. It is because apologizing opens up doors to communication, which allows you to reconnect with that person who was hurt. If you apologize to this person, you will be reconnected with them. It also allows you to express regret that you have been hurt. It makes you express regret that you have been hurt, which lets them know you really care about their feelings. It can help them feel safer with you. Yes, somebody that hurts you and comes back to you to tell you I am sorry, that means the person holds you dearly to their heart, and they hold you at high esteem. They care so much about you. If you can just walk to somebody, so it's a good idea for you to say I am sorry. Apologizing also allow you to discuss what the rule should be in the future. Yes, apologizing makes you to define the terms and conditions of the relationship. This is what I don't like. This is what I like. This is where you're going to be crossing your limits with me. This is where I need you to, well, this is what and how I wanted you to do or react to me in the future. People will love it, and we all learn to know our stake in the nearest future. It can also allow you to express regrets when you have hurt someone and let them really know how much you care about their feelings. This can help them feel safer with you. Apologizing allow you to discuss what the rules of in the future should be, especially if a new one arise or is being made, which is often the case when you don't hurt the person intentionally, which is often the case when you did not hurt that person intentionally. Creating new rules for the relationship can help you to be protected from getting hurt in the future as well. Basically, if you care about the person and the relationship, you can avoid offending behavior in the future. An apology is usually a good idea. It is usually, no one is going to tell you an apology isn't good. No one is going to tell you, because it does more good than of harm in every relationship. This doesn't mean you don't need to take responsibility for things that were not your fault. This doesn't mean you don't need to take responsibility. You saying sorry, you can state the terms. I am saying sorry, but this one I didn't do it. This was what I did unintentionally to you, and I'm sorry about it. I'm super sorry, and these are what's way forward. This is going to be the way forward in this relationship. Probably we should have it this way. Or you committed those crimes unintentionally, you didn't know. You just felt it's just a normal thing, and the person is taking it up as against you. You can, when after saying sorry, you both can come together and agree on what should we do next. I didn't know I would have done it this way. It will have sealed up a whole lot in that relationship. This doesn't mean that you need to take responsibility for those things that you didn't do. For example, you can express regret at unintentional hurting someone feeling, but you don't have to say you should know, but you should have known better. You can admit it. I did it wrongly. I didn't know I've done this. So don't say you should have known better that I won't do that. You have done it, or you felt you did it. So you should just take responsibility for it and state your terms clearly. I won't do this to you again. Although I did this not intentionally to hurt you, but since it came back to you, making you feel I intentionally want to hurt you, then you need to clear those take on that note. But alright. For example, I woke up now, and now that I know you don't want to call a person by 8:30, I will be careful. Okay, this is saying, for example, you don't like me calling you by 8, but something came up and I have to pass this information across to you, and it's a must for me to call you. So the first thing is, hello, I am sorry. This is the situation at hand, and this is what is bringing me to talk to you at this unruly hour. So now, why is it bad? When is it bad to say I am sorry? When is it bad to say I am sorry? Is there any time that is bad? Please, I'm throwing this back to you guys to tell me, when is it a bad time to say I'm sorry? It is important to note that apology that involves empty promises are a bad idea. Those are when it's bad to say I am sorry. There are times that it is bad to don't just use that word. That is one of those things I said. That I'm sorry, swearing with God's name, and also saying I love you. We have obviously overrated it. we just say it carelessly without any string attached to it. A lot of people can just stand now and start swearing to God. A lot of people can just see you, they don't even know your name, citing you on a first glance, and they will tell you how much they love you. How? Just saying, I am sorry, that is not coming from the depth of your heart, that is not a sincere one, it's still not the best. So there are times you shouldn't even say it. Don't even say I'm sorry, because it's not coming from it's not coming from the right space of your mind. It's not coming from your within. You're not sincere about it. Those are times that it's wrong for you to say I'm sorry. Those are times that it's wrong for you to say I'm sorry. If your apology is not coming from your sincere part of your mind, you are actually going to dent in that relationship, because you will still do that thing again and again and again, because you're not remorseful, you're not sincere about it. You're just saying it so that the person can pave way for you to move ahead to commit the same to commit the same offense again. So if your sincerity, people might look at this particular point, that is it possible? Is there a time I can't say I'm sorry? The time is when the apology is not from your sincere depth of mind. Don't bother. Just keep it to yourself. Don't just bother. If you're not sincere, if you're not genuine, if it's not coming from the right space of your mind, don't bother dishing it out. Just keep it, so that the person just go away to go and nurse his or her wound, knowing you have not said anything. So that you don't make it too, you have committed a crime, you're coming now to give fake promises of what you can never accomplish. It is not good. It is important to note that apology that involve empty promises are bad ideas. One of the most important function of apologies is that it avoids the opportunity to re-establish trust. And now you're dishing out apologies with empty promises and apologies not from the sincere part of your mind. One, apology is supposed to rekindle trust, rebuild the relationship, enable you guys to understand the rules, if there's any, or recreate new ones for that relationship. If you're not saying I am sorry with empty promises and not coming from the right space of your mind, obviously that trust will be out of it. And what is a relationship without a sincere trust? You wanted this person to trust you again. You wanted to have this relationship, but you made it look as if you care so much. And on the other hand, you're only saying those promises, dishing out those promises, saying I am sorry because you wanted to get the person back to you. Probably you wanted to get your pound of flesh. They've made you apologize when it's not the right time. You've come out posing yourself like a sincere and genuine friend, and just to set the person up. Do not just say you're sorry at this end, because you might not be losing the trust of that particular folks, that particular friend of yours, but you'll be losing a whole lot of person's trust within that circle, and they might eventually refer to you that, see this person that said so thing and did this. It is actually not too good for your image, because your image is you and it must be protected. If you promise to change but you then don't, the apology merely called for attention The apology merely calls attention to the fact that you have done something even when you agree it's wrong. But you refuse to change. Don't make promises you can't keep. But do try to make reasonable promises to avoid hurting the person in the future, and follow through on all the promises. If the other person is expecting something unreasonable or impossible, perhaps you are taking responsibility for more than you need to. So do not take responsibility for one thing you know you can't. You are taking responsibility for one thing you know, obviously you know you cannot fit into this situation. You know you can't handle it. So don't even bother taking responsibility for it. Then If you don't dish out promises just for the sake of I'm just doing it so that they can back off me, that's my cup. Someone made it for me. Thank you. Yeah, you can't be making promises knowing fully well it can't be kept. All right, now let's go to all the. I hope these have actually gone a long way educating us this night on how important an apology is. I just hope. Now, the issue is, remember we've spoken about what an apology is. An apology is expressing regret and remorseful action. I am sorry. It's a big deal in every relationship. It's a big deal in your organization. It's a big deal all around you within your neighborhood space. It's a very big deal. It's a word that is making you admit that you have done something wrong with the intention of improving or changing for a better person. And it goes a long way resolving chaos, conflicts, mistrust, and a whole lot of them. It makes you rekindle back that affection and love from your loved ones. It makes them give you trust, that trust back to you. So an apology is taking responsibility. Why is it important to apologize in a relationship? A part of what we've discussed this night, we discussed about the positive income, benefit of apologizing, why it is hard for some people to say I am sorry, and I've discussed about their ego. Their ego might not make them all right, Mike. Some people's ego might not just want them to say I'm sorry, but sorry doesn't take anything of you. If it comes from the sincere part, it's only align you in the right path, making, if you value that relationship, sorry should be something that is not far-fetched from you. If you actually value that relationship and you don't want to lose it, you don't want to lose your trust, you don't want to lose your friend, you don't want to lose your respect. If you say sorry, it doesn't take anything. You owning up, you taking responsibility doesn't mean that you're worthless who you are. It doesn't mean you're worthless who you are. Then also, when is it a bad idea to say I'm sorry? That is the most sensitive part of it. Then when is it a good idea? At all time, it is a good idea because it creates the bond. It makes the person you're telling I'm sorry believe that you have them at heart and you hold them at high esteem. Yeah, thank you. It makes them believe that you have them at heart and you hold them in high esteem. It also makes them believe that, okay, this person is actually doing this person actually doesn't want to lose this relationship. It builds back that trust. And I talked about the most sensitive part of it, which is, when is it not good to say I'm sorry? It is never good to say I am sorry when you don't mean it. Don't even bother. If you don't mean it, there's no need for it. If it's not coming from the sincere part of your heart, don't even bother. It's just as if you're raising the hope of the person you're apologizing to, rebuilding that relationship and trust, rebuilding what you've shared, and dashing it to the ground by still failing that person. It will be difficult for somebody to lose the trust they have in you the first time, the second time, and you expect it. It's just like your skin. The moment there's a scar somewhere, it will never be the same. It will never be the same. It won't. And there's a way we can manage emotional hurts, because the person you're hurting will feel so bad. Some, it might even take their sleep off their eyes. And again, You know that this person, you're only saying the I'm sorry because you still have something in your mind negatively. Probably you want to get back at them. Probably you're trying to tell them I'm sorry at that moment to still set them up. Why the sorry? Just go your way and let them go their way. Why say the sorry when you know it's not coming from that sincere part of your heart? When you know you don't mean it, don't say it. It is better said when you really, really are truly sincere. When you can cross your heart in all honesty and the person will feel your pulse. Please kindly share the video, kindly like and drop your comments. Thank you. I'm going to be taking one or two of those comments. See, thank you. All right, so that is it. I'm sure we've all learned one or two things. Let me I'm going to be taking the comments from you guys now. When last did you say I'm sorry? Who did you say I'm sorry to? Please let's know that person and share. What did you do? What wrong? Probably it wasn't intentional and you did it unintentionally and you had to say I'm sorry. What was their response? What was their were they receptive of you? How did they receive it? And how strong is that relationship now? Who once said I'm sorry to you without meaning it? Who said I am sorry and yet they don't mean it? Please still drop that also. Now let me take those one or two comments, then we call it a day. I am so loving you guys. Trust me, I can't love you less. Trust me. I so love you guys for always paying attention. I so love you guys for always standing in for me at every time I'm live. Thank you guys. So let's take one or two of those your feedbacks. All right. Sorry, okay, let me take it from here. All right, I'm just going to be the word I am sorry is the magical word that can strengthen relationship in all ramification. Yes, I totally agree with you, Lawyer Kure, Barrister Kure. Thank you for being part of this. Pride, arrogancy, those are things that wouldn't make you want to say I'm sorry. Pride, arrogancy, ego were the main reasons why some people find it difficult to apologize. Yes, of course, we have actually said that earlier. Thank you for dropping in your comments. Saying sorry means, that's Abdullah now, saying sorry means you value the other person more than being right. Yes, this is just beautiful. Saying sorry means you value that person you're telling sorry, you're saying sorry to, more than just being right. Being right is just a right. It doesn't take you anywhere far or further. But if you really love that relationship, yes, sorry shouldn't be something they need to beg for. Sorry should just be something that comes out from your free will. Yes, I'm loving this. You must not be wrong to say I'm sorry. No, you mustn't be wrong to say I'm sorry, and you mustn't be right to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry should come from your within. It's something very sweet. It's something very honorable. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Chuku Emeka says it's good to apologize for something you did. Yes, for the sake of peace. When you say that you are sorry, it restores the dignity of the hurt person and makes them feel better. An apology may restore trust and understanding to a relationship because it contributes. Because it contributes to the feelings of safety and makes both the receiver and the giver feels comfortable. and respected. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Yes, sorry is a powerful word and should not be used cheaply. Yes, that is why now this point here is why most people, why it's not needed. It's not really important to say sorry when you don't mean it, because it's a powerful word and it shouldn't be used cheaply. Just the same way I love you shouldn't be used cheaply. I've said it in my last video. Shouldn't be said cheaply. And swearing to God shouldn't just be something you just sit back and say. We do that a lot and nobody is a saint on that, even me. So it shouldn't be something we say just for the sake of saying it and you don't mean it. Yes, that space should actually be watched, because it's not necessary to say I'm sorry when you don't mean to say I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm also going to be taking this. Don't apologize for anything, everything. And apology isn't a way to avoid arguments. If you are right, then prove it. And if you are wrong, then accept and understand it. That's owning up, taking responsibility of certain things. Very powerful indeed. Yes. All right, thank you. More greets to your elbow. Thank you, thank you, thank you for standing in by me. I observe the word. Okay, I observe the word apology. Oh my God, the word apology. I observe the word apology is absent from some ladies' dictionary, even men too. Even men too. I think 60% of ladies find it difficult to apologize when they are wrong. That is maybe probably is subject to their maturity, because if you really value that relationship, you say I'm sorry. If you really do, you say I'm sorry. I know guys can be proud with their ego, but we apologize. That's the guy talking. We apologize more than the lady. Just my thoughts though. All right. Thank you. I said I am sorry. Somebody said he's sorry last week. When was the last time you said you were sorry? Those who says I'm sorry are truly strong people. Yes, I believe you, Caroline. Carol, I believe you. My opinion, though, they are really strong people. They are really, because they own up. That is when they say they I'm sorry, Carol, from the sincere part of their heart, and they're not just saying it just to wave aside the arguments or the conflicts. If you're saying it, it depends on the part of your mind this is coming from. If it's a genuine one, you're saying it from the bottom of your heart and you're remorseful and you're looking, you don't want to lose that relationship, you're saying it from the heart, from the depth of your heart. That makes you a strong person. But some people just say it's just for the sake of let them just get off my hook, let them just get off my back. All right, please drop. When last did you say I am sorry, and to who? When last did you say I am sorry, and to who? Then we call it a day in the next 5 minutes. Trust me, I love you guys. If you actually had any topic you want us to talk about, or you want to seek advice from, please drop it, inbox me or send me a mail. I also appreciate your DMs. Trust, I love you guys. Let's have one or two more one or two more, what's it called, comments, then we call it a good evening this evening, so that we can all return to watch Big Brother, because I can see a lot of Big Brother fans looking at me now, and that's why we brought this. All right there. Then we're going to call it a very good time. Thank you for liking the page. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for always there. I can't love you less, you know that. Thank you. I'm going to be doing this again probably within the week, or by this time next week. Have a great day. Trust me.